Pokémon Legends Z-A officially announced, there's one question on everyone's mind. What will the starters be? I'm here to tell you, I may just have the answer. To accurately decide what 3 Pokemon we can choose from, we have to make a couple assumptions. If we follow the same format from Pokémon Legends Arceus, we can assume that the starters will not be the 3 from Legends Arceus or any of the available starters in Pokemon X and Y. This eliminates more than you may first assume. Obviously, we can rule out Oshawott, Cyndaquil, and Rowlet, as well as Finnegan, Froakie, and Chespin. You may also recall, though, that Kalos allowed players to choose 2 starters from 2 sets of 3, with the Kanto starters also being available later in the game. Now we can also eliminate Charmander, Bulbasaur, and Squirtle. The next set that I would assume to eliminate would be the Paldea starters. While it could happen, I don't see them making the cut after we just had them in a main series game. So with that, we rule out Fuecoco, Sprigatito, and Quaxly. In Legends Arceus, we saw the final evolutions of the starters get new forms and Hisuian forms. With Mega Evolution returning, I think it's safe to assume we're not getting a new base form, but instead, Megas of the final evolution. Because of this, it would be silly to have a starter with an existing Mega. This now rules out Trico, Mudkip, and Torchic. Now that we've ruled out a large pool of starters, who's left? Before we make the big reveal, if you're enjoying this video, the best way to support the channel is to hit that subscribe button down below. Every subscriber gets a free rare. Back to the video. Our final options for the grass starter are Chikorita, Turtwig, Snivy, and Grookey. Of these, my final guess is Snivy. As we all know, Kalos is based on the country of France, which makes Snivy the most obvious choice here. The Pokemon designer Ken Sugimori said in the Nintendo Dreams magazine that Snivy, Servine, and Serperior were all designed to resemble European knights and royalty. Serperior in particular was based on the character Oscar from the manga The Rose of Versailles, which is about, you guessed it, French royalty. While I do believe Snivy is the best choice here, I must also admit I'm a little bit biased because it was my first ever starter choice, and I have been dreaming of Mega Serperior since 2013 when I was 10 years old. I'm 21 now. Please, Game Freak, I need this. With that being said, our final options for the water starter are Totodile, Piplup, Popplio, and Sobble. This was another easy choice for me. One of, if not the most recognizable historical figure from France is Napoleon Bonaparte. Napoleon, for those who don't know, was the Emperor of France from 1804 to 1850. Empoleon is based on an Emperor Penguin. This connection between Emperor Napoleon and Emperor Penguin Empoleon is why I've got to pick Piplup as our water starter. While it may be a loose connection, I think it works very well, and Mega Empoleon would just be insanely awesome. Our final options for the fire starter are Chimchar, Tepig, Litten, and Scorbunny. This was by far my hardest decision. Everyone I've seen make this guess has been saying Scorbunny because of the connection with France and soccer. And I admit, I get it. Scorbunny was almost my choice for this video. While France has made some of the best soccer athletes of all time, one French athlete tops them all: Andre the Giant. Andre the Giant is arguably the most recognizable wrestler of all time, even starring in movies like The Princess Bride. If you haven't seen The Princess Bride, you've got to watch it. It's a phenomenal movie. And he is in fact born in France. So I'm sure you know where this is going. My pick for the fire starter is Litten. It would also just be awesome to see a Mega Incineroar that resembles Andre the Giant. I could see Incineroar's signature fire belt engulf his body and turn into the signature leotard that Andre the Giant wears. It would just be such a cool concept, and I could see it working really well. I can now say with 100% certainty that the starters for Pokemon Legends Z-A will be Snivy, Piplup, and Litten. Unless I do think Game Freak could surprise us here and go in a completely separate route. There are 2 other possibilities I could see happening. One, since we never got Megas of the Kalos starters, they may just give us Chespin, Froakie, and Rowlet. Only reason I doubt this is because we just had Rowlet in Pokemon Legends Arceus. The more reasonable option here would be to do what they did in Pokemon X and Y and give us a second set of starters later down in the game, where we could have Snivy, Piplup, and Litten, but then later on in the game get the Kalos starters as a second option, so we could still see those Megas. The second possibility is a very big stretch. Since the announcement of the Paldea region, we've seen theories connecting Paldea and Kalos. As Paldea is based on Spain and Kalos is based on France, in real life they are neighbors, so it would make sense for the 2 regions to be neighboring each other. Because of the connection here, our starter choices could be Sprigatito, Fuecoco, and Quaxly. With the game being set in the past, it would make sense that throughout the time, the trio has slowly migrated south from their native land of Kalos and inhabited the land of Paldea. But hey,
you know, it's just a theory.
Comment below which one of these you think is most likely, or if I'm just delusional. I hope you all did enjoy, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.